From Florida, Mr. Bilirakis, for 5 minutes for your questions.
Thank you very much. My questions are for Chairman Carr. In addition to serving on the Energy and Commerce Committee, I'm a member of the Select Committee on China. Under that role, I recently led a letter with Chairman Molinar to your office regarding specific concerns about Chinese fiber technology entering our country and the security concerns it brings to the United States. The FCC and Congress has already done a great job to protect our networks from these threats, but the concern remains. Just last week, the Financial Times reported a new China-backed hack of congressional staff email accounts. Can you outline, Mr. Chairman, what actions you are continuing to take to identify and address adversarial threats to U.S. telecommunications infrastructure? And can you confirm that you'll continue, again, have all the necessary tools at your disposal to adequately address these concerns without additional congressional approvals?
Thank you, Congressman, for the question, for your leadership on this important issue. One of the very first things I did as chair was to stand up within the FCC a new Council on National Security that brings together all of our bureaus and offices and their expertise to bear on this issue, because China and other foreign actors are constantly poking and prodding and looking for ways into our communications network. We've taken actions on what we call bad labs to try to kick out equipment authorization bodies that aren't trustworthy. We've taken action to implement the Secure Equipment Act, and with cybersecurity in particular, we work directly with carriers to ensure that they're taking renewed actions to accelerate the patching of vulnerable equipment, updating and reviewing their access controls, disabling unnecessary outbound connections. And the key there is we have to be very, very nimble and make sure that carriers and our country's national security expertise, including CISA and DHS, are very closely collaborated, because you need very quick reactions given the types of threats we're seeing.
Very good. Again, question for the chairman. In your written testimony, you devote a section to the deregulatory actions the FCC has engaged in under your leadership. This includes removal of over 1,100 rules, regulations. I applaud these actions, especially as this committee is working on its own permitting reform package to streamline the process. Beyond the baseline number of regulations removed, is there any way to quantify how much time and or money is saved by these actions? How would you describe these changes to the typical American taxpayer and internet users? I think that's very important. If you could respond, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Congressman. The easiest way to put it is that historically it costs too much and it takes too long to build out internet infrastructure in this country, and that means communities that are on the edge case of new or additional or better service can get left behind. And so we're working hard at the FCC on permitting reform and cutting red tape, and that's going to be key to making sure that we keep driving down prices for Americans.
Very good. For the last several weeks, the news has been inundated with the discovery of mass amounts of fraud within our federal programs. What are the safeguards at the FCC to help guard against fraud? And in light of what is happening with the improper payments within other agencies, is this something you're considering taking a look at and updating?
We're in the midst of continuing to reinvigorate our work to detect and root out waste, fraud, and abuse. Just recently, we took action, for instance, with respect to California. California had a state lifeline program that had decided that they were going to stop sharing relevant information with certain federal agencies. And that opened the door to potential waste, fraud, and abuse. So we revoked California's ability to opt out of that program. Now we're putting everybody through this national database. We're also finalizing some work right now on some additional steps that we can take with respect to our Lifeline program to make sure that those benefits are flowing only to those Americans that Congress intended them to.
Very good. Thank you very much, and now I yield back.